Hello and welcome back to our next episode. We are entering episode 32, I think. And in the last episode, we have more or less finished our Mars hub here. Let's call it like this. We do now have 18,000 population on Mars doing mostly research and mining for the glory of Earth. And this is how it will be for now. Later in the campaign, we are going to upgrade to a colony hub. Then we are going to hammer down even harder. But that's for now not our objective. Right now, we are interested in, well, continuing stuff. What is that? Helicarnassus station? What is that doing here? Servant stuff. No. Can we get there? 19.4 kps, let's see. Don't want that station there. High Mars orbit. Yeah, let's wipe that off the surface here immediately. So, as said in the last episode, we are pushing for some certain technologies like Mashkirovka here to get the increase of control, alien acceptance. Maybe they will not attack us with their battlecruiser and dreadnought. I have to see. If they do, we are prepared still. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to cancel 2 of the emergency boats here on Mars because I don't think we need them. I'm going to restart them and then we can just let them finish if the emergency arises. But right now, Mars is relatively untouched. The only thing happening is the big fleet coming, or the big 2 ships coming towards Earth here. If we can defeat these 2, that would more or less destroy a 1/5 of the fleet strength of the aliens here. So that would be a very big hit to them. If we can make this work. What is that here even? By the way, we should probably get an army here as well. It's almost done already, so yeah, let's get it done. Yeah, so we are not pushing more science here. I'm also pushing science here and a bit of economy. All the good things. I think we don't need to go 3. We can just go 1 here and then mostly knowledge for now. A bit of funding to solve our money issues long term. A bit of more welfare so that we get below 2.5 as well. The US is below 2.5 or almost there. We are pushing more knowledge here, so that half of our investment is currently going in there, which is 31%, 31 investment points. So we are going to go up quickly here, and therefore our research output is going to go up quickly as well. 37 per month, which is more or less half of a research campus in space. So that's considerable. We are going to push that even further, even harder, and it's more or less growing exponentially here. So the science will go up more and more and quicker and quicker. And ideally we get the great nations relatively soonish so that we can make a bigger US, therefore get more science output as well this way. But now, let's speed forward. We have 72 days left until something will happen. Okay, here we are, and the alien fleet should arrive, or rather it has already arrived. So, the question is, what are they doing now? Let's see. They are sitting here in orbit currently. I'm not going to do anything about it. Because there's no chance we can take that fleet out. There really isn't. So, okay, we can unify with Haiti though. So we're going to do this here.
Heading to the capital.
Expand our Caribbean community. Steward of South America, Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, Peru. Yeah, we're going to do this one most likely. Ooh, okay, they are trying to fight us here. And we should, the station here that's going to go down now. Oh, it has energy problems. Why does it have energy problems? Did I miscalculate something? No. Why? What? Oh, because the fission reactor array is still under construction. Okay, I'm going to save this template here, because then we can rebuild it when it's done. So let's see how much they will take out from us here. So bye-bye, it's gone. That does hurt, of course. Now let's see what else they are going to do. Oh, our spy in the initiative has gone dark. Okay, they're flying to the to Luna now. Not sure why. Let's before we build anything else, before we replace the station, I'm going to wait until that fleet is gone, or whatever it does. Related, maybe. There, no, they're bombarding my station there. It's okay, we can accept the loss though. But the problem is that this one is a very useful station. They don't have defense here either. Because it has 3 social science labs, so that's quite good. Because we do have enough in replace here as replacement, but
lending my expertise,
offering assistance.
And there goes the... Oh, come on. Please disappear again. We don't do this. Yeah, this one is what we want here. Ah, humanity first. We found someone. Nice. So I want to talk to them, to befriend them again. Come on, fly away. No! It's not good. Okay, what I can do to hopefully pacify them a bit, I'm going to disband the 2 emergency boats on Mars here. No, wait a second. They are better than the other ones. I'm going to get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4 of those ones here. So just to reduce our mission control, scuttle them. We can also... we should have scuttled the mirror station because we didn't use it. So let's also scuttle that one. Are we going to... we take... So this one as well, I'm going to save. So that we can remake it afterwards. I don't want to fight this fleet. There's no chance we can win this. So I rather accept the losses here. Nope, not going to do this project. I rather accept that they destroy all what we own on Earth orbit, rather than fighting this and destroy and lose all the ships we have on Earth here.
Things are stabilizing.
Come on. Fly away. Psh, psh, psh. Fly away. Pesky fly.
Mission complete.
Okay, we unify with Haiti. There we go. Ha! Yes! They are flying away again. So, this means that I can just go to Earth again here. Into Earth orbit. I'm going to make 2 new orbitals here. I'm not going to redo the moon base because that's not worth it. So I'm going to apply this one. So we are going to... Wait a second, this one is 2 information. No, this is 3 information, 3 info to Xenar. Let's do this. And then we can remove that. What? Was it wrongly named? Oh, apparently it had the wrong name. Funny. Okay. And then let's check the other one here. So which templates do we want to apply? This one had 3 information labs, and this one had 2 life science arrays. Okay, that's, there we go. And then we can get rid of those. Now we have to investigate it if it's really the correct one. Looks fine to me. So 2 life, 3 Xena apparently. So here, no, here 2, 3. Okay. So this was unfortunate and a decent loss of resources here, but the fleet is disappearing. So if they fly to the station there now, so 79 days, which means I have to make sure that I have enough fleet on Earth and on Mars. So I'm going to finish up the emergency boats here, just to hopefully survive this. That did hurt, but 3 stations is fine. And as you can see here, they dropped the hatred massively by taking out stuff from us. So that's totally fine with me. I'm going to replace stuff, and maybe we can't undo this one, but it's fine. I don't want that station anymore. I'm not going for the, not right now. I'm not going to transfer or change into the solar array based Mars layout, but maybe when we unlock tier 3 modules, I'm going to redo this. So maybe. Good. So now everything back to normal. We can continue. I'm going to push out the exotic materials in October. Supercapacitors is on its way. Then we can go into the coil guns here in this slot, which I want to do. And fusion is on its way. Great Nation's on its way. And I'm doing some projects like the fleet combatants, which are going to unlock the battleship and the battle cruiser here. We are still waiting for the Helicon. I'm going for the tin droplet radiator here as well, to get the a better radiator for our bigger ships, and we still need a better armor here. That's something I want as well, but we don't have the tech yet. So that's something I have to go for as well. I want to go for the diamondoids. I want to go there. So this one is theoretically available, and I'm going to pick this one up unless there's something pressing. No, I'm going to do coil guns first, and then I have to pick for something else here the diamondoids for the better armor for our ships. Meanwhile, I also have to upgrade to the particle weapons. Therefore, we can get started on these ships as well. But now the dent in science is not that terrible. We still have 112% in Xenor here. I think we lost a bit in information. Yeah, but it should be fine. Overall, that should be fine. So let's keep going and push out whatever we need here. Well, a bit of time has passed and multiple things are developing currently. So one thing is the Central American project has finished, and I have now transferred Merida from Mexico to the Central American Federation, and I also unified that with I federated it with the United States, and also the Caribbean community is in a federation here. Mexico, however, is not yet in the federation. We don't have the claims for the federation here. And now I'm annexing by force into Central America here to enlarge the Central American states, more or less. And now, meanwhile, I'm also working on South America, so I'm going to expand my holdings here as well. I have to wait a bit, like 1.5 months before I can declare war due to the cohesion hit when you declare war on new rivals, but I'm going to basically transfer Venezuela, Guyana, and Suriname into Brazil here. Alternatively, maybe one into Columbia here, but I think we don't have the army yet. Maybe it will be finished in time. We also have an unrest problem here, which I need to fix. Maybe we intentionally want to have a revolt here as well. That might be something worth attempting. But in the end, we are preparing everything in South America for a larger nation later on. No, not yet, but soon. And that's, of course, here the long-term goal. The lost stations are still under construction, but I want to talk about our newest and next ship design that we are going to make. In between, I have made a new marine ship. It's a corvette with 3 marines on it and the Helican drive, the new one that we unlocked. I'm going to make one of those here. So ship construction, I'm going to make the new marines class on Earth. I'm going to put it here. Because I'm considering to make one and then send it to Ceres to take bases there. We do know that the not the aliens, but the servants are there. And we can take it over. And I'm tempted to do this. Then we can make the next ship design, which is going to be a destroyer. Either a destroyer or a frigate. No, they both cost 2 mission control. I think it will be a destroyer. I want to stay light. Yeah, these ones are going to be too heavy now. So we're going to make a destroyer here. And we are going to use, of course, the Helican drive. We, of course, use the solid core fission reactor. The filament radiator, because we don't have anything better than that. We are going to do utility last. And then we are going to use our new particle weapons. So the iron weapons are also out of order now. And now we do have the particle beam batteries here. Oh, I deactivated too many things because I still need the point defense here. The point defense iron battery. Right, here we go. So we used the particle beam battery. There we go. Hey. Ah, wrong slot. Yeah, right. These are the utility modules. And on the nose weapon, I can also deactivate the ion cannons now. A spinal ion cannon. And we are using the particle lance here on the front. Armor rise, I just add in the one we got. And now we can use and decide what kind of utility modules do we want. And here I'm going to put in at least 2 cyclotrons, but I think I'm going to actually put in 4 cyclotrons here. The cyclotrons give us more punch on our particle weapons. So these ones here, these 2, they get a boost of 20 megajoule. They are currently at 60 megajoule. So we bump them up 4 times 20, 80. So we bump this weapon damage up to 140. So this is a considerable boost from the cyclotron. And this one here deals 40 megajoule. So this one also gets buffed a lot of damage. And there's one more left here, and we could consider to maybe put a targeting computer here. Improves the ship's rolls to overcome any enemy ECM and damage to sensors. I think I'm going to do this. But I'm not sure. Yeah, let's use it. Let's try it out. Alternatively, we could just add the cyclotron here. I also made an example transition here to Callisto in the background. So if we were to have 10 propellant tanks here, it would currently take us 30 weeks to get there. Of course, we still need armor here. I want to have 5 frontal armor at least. I want to skip side armor and backside armor because we do not have the engine to push that much weight here. As an example, if I would add a side armor here, we more or less would double our weight. So that's not what we can afford currently. So for now, with the Helicon drive that we have, I'm going to use this one, which is going to be called the particle boat. There we go. And this is a particle weapon, something like a laser, just dealing more damage to crew and electronics, therefore neutralizing ships in a different way. We still need a railgun for this as well. So this is the particle boat. And now the big question is, do we also want to maybe make a railgun boat? But we don't need these many utility slots for this. Instead, we can, for example, use the monitor here to have a railgun on the side here. Or we just use one big ship design like the battle cruiser here, and then play with something here. Magnetic weapons, like a heavy rail cannon here. Now, I don't think I like this. I want to rather have a lot of small bullets. So I think for the moment, let's go with the low weight ship here. And then we just go for the hull weapons here and use the railgun battery here. Let's see, let's finish the design. Helicon. This one. And then we do need definitely the targeting computer here. We should get a battery. We have one slot available there. Could add a magazine, but I don't think that's worth it. So instead, let's add... Do we have the scrapyard or something like this already? Okay, let's call this the railboat for now. We need to design. And I think we have to fill this slot. So let's add something lightweight to it. Okay, let's use the vector thrusters here. We need to add fuel. And we also do 10 propellant tanks for now. Save design. And now I have to check something in research. Do we have the repair bay? No. Salvage bay. Oh, that costs 1,000. No, that's not an option. So, the ship design here now, we do have a particle ship and we do have a rail class ship. And I think we forgot the armor. We forgot the armor, yeah. So we do the same. We add 5 front armor here, but we are going to skip for the moment the backside and the side armor here. Although this is risky, but I don't really have the engine to pull this forward. And now we can see that these are relatively similar in acceleration and KPS, which is perfect. And I'm going to start with 2 particle boats here on Earth. And then also a railboat here on Earth. And then I'm also going to queue up 2 railboats here. And 2 particle boats on Mars as well. And these ships can all go to Jupiter if we want to. Which means that we do need a new colonizer ship if we were to do this. And in this case, I'm going to make it as simple as possible. So we're going to use a gunship with the Helicon and a power plant. Then we put a fission platform on it. And we leave it open. In this case, we are going to give it a nose weapon though. 20 tons. Okay, that's maybe just, yeah, 50 tons. That's fine. We can afford this. So we also go for 6 engines and then around 10 propellant tanks as well, giving us a lot of KPS and a decent acceleration. And there's going to be the colonizer 1. So this would get us to Jupiter again if we want to, whenever we want to. Of course, it depends a bit on what the Dreadnought and the Battlecruiser will do. And now, before I make another skip in time, let's finish exotic materials here.
Mission complete.
What did I want to do? I forgot. I've talked so much now. I think I wanted to declare war on something. I think it was Venezuela here. Yes, I think it was Venezuela here. You would ask Japan and Brazil to join us in the war with the United Alliance leader. So, yes. There we go. And then we can, when it's conquered, it will be transferred to Brazil, which has a claim there. But we are currently busy here in Central America, but then I can move the American armies over there and take that out. And now back to exotic materials. After exhaustive analysis and stress tests, we have little idea of what this material truly is. We do, however, know what it is not. Despite previously believing that these so-called exotics were some manner of higher unknown alloy, we have determined that it can also exist in a non-solid state, such as within the coolant of an alien warship's heat sinks. It would appear that rather than being a construction material itself, it will instead improve and augment the durability or electrical conductivity of any other substance it is applied to. While establishing the exact composition of exotics continue to elude us, most certainly they are not of our solar system. We have been able to separate significant quantities from them from the alien materials they are bonded to. This has enabled us to attempt implementation of the material in many of our own technologies, and happily it readily adapts to almost any process it is subjected to, as its atomic structure can move between anionic and cationic with ease. It is simply astonishingly versatile. So we can now amass the stockpile of exotic, as we do see our stockpile. We already have 1.4.
We're starting to unlock the secrets of the alien materials, Commander.
Out of all the examples of the alien technology we have had the opportunity to examine, the exotics may be the most impressive. The material's actual composition, as well as its means to manufacture, is still a mystery. More than a few of our researchers have theorized that we may be looking at the first known samples of Pico technology, but we have come to a basic understanding of how to use it. Our best approximation of its purpose is that it's designed to function as a kind of universal enhancer component that directly alters the physical properties of whatever material it bonds with. The versatility of the alien exotic is astonishing and completely transforms our understanding of material science. As an example, consider the engineering problem of conductivity. When designing electronics, the ideal is to use a material with as high a conductivity as possible, in order to reduce energy loss, waste heat, and lag in data transfer. Copper is our most commonly used conductive metal. Silver conducts marginally better, but is far more expensive and has lower tensile strength. By alloying copper with exotics, we have created a new compound which possesses higher conductivity than copper or silver. In fact, higher than any known material originating on Earth. And this new compound achieves this without compromising its other properties. There is no trade-off. Examining the warship's ablative armor tells a similar story. Our most common steel alloys boast tensile and yield strength ranging from 1,200 to 1,800 megapascals, but a hardness of only 5 to 5.5 to 6.5 out of a 10 on the Mohs scale. Conversely, our tungsten alloys can reach 9 to 9.5 Moh, but often provide only 300 to 700 megapascal of yield and tensile strength. The alien armor is far superior to both, and our attempts to duplicate it by applying exotics to our own alloying process have produced composite alloys that exhibit yield and tensile strength above those of steel alloys without sacrificing impact resistance. There is no field of engineering that these materials cannot revolutionize. There is, however, a catch. Despite their best efforts, our research have made no progress whatsoever towards synthesizing exotics ourselves. We believe its production requires advanced infrastructure, which we have no means of duplicating. For the foreseeable future, our only way of obtaining it will be to steal or scavenge it from the aliens. It is a precious and limited resource that must be spent carefully. Okay, now objective, a research wormhole. Our captive made brief mention of a gate used by its species. This evidence in support of the wormhole theory as to how the Hydras were able to make the journey across deep space. While a single remark from a single captive is not proof, many of our researchers are keen to begin exploring potential ways by which we might detect a stabilized wormhole joining our solar system to another. If such an object truly exists, it's in all likelihood the heart of the alien offensive against our world. Okay, we also get exotic hybrid systems now. We don't really need that as of now. Okay, we do have new ships here. And we have to wait until the next project unlocks. Until then, we can do other projects here. I think I want to get the tin droplet radiator now. But we don't have to rush it for now. Instead, I want to get the commercial mining companies because we get an orc from this. And I want to then go into economic bonuses further, so to improve our investments here that we do on Earth. In the priorities that we have selected, I'm currently pushing a bit the economy of the US to counteract the negative population growth. It will go up with higher GDP. I want to see if that actually works out before I go back to knowledge again. So, let's keep going and let's see where everything will lead to in this episode. Okay, here we are and we have unlocked the United North America project, which will lead into Greater United North America. And I'm going to immediately pick this one up. So I have to decide what to delay. I'm thinking this one, so 20,000 research points that we have to invest there. Should be fine. We can delay wormholes a bit further. Don't need to finish the quest line as of now. And meanwhile, we are expanding here in the south. I'm going to have to push the army out here now, because when we get the South American project as well, then we are going to need the army here in Bolivia, and that we have to, of course, conquer everything. And that's going to be quite interesting. We are going to do this probably mostly by force, but I'm not sure. I think we can't because of the government score here, so I have to consider how I can fix that. In the end, if we invest into government quite heavily here, so 10 points would already get us 0.1. So 100 points would therefore be 1.1 government score. It's a bit too expensive to invest into, and we still don't have the influence projects, and I don't have money currently. So there's a lot of problems. The base investment points here are only 5, so this is relatively poor. Okay, I have to see. I'm going to make an army, and then I'm going to go into government here, push that up so that we don't have hostile claims when we start unifying here. But yeah, I have to see how that exactly will play out. We can... Theoretically, we can ally these two. We already have this. And when you get the claims, then we can start transferring stuff over to Bolivia here. That would be possible. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I have to do here, which will be in the next episode, most likely. Because I'm going to make a cut here. And we have now one big problem to solve, which is our money income. So that's not really great currently, minus 400, and we don't have a lot of nanofactories coming in. So the next 2 nanofactories will finish on the 8th of May. So that's in 2 months, so that's good, but that's not going to solve everything. We are going to get 90 each, so that's 360. That's barely getting us positive. But we're not going to get rich from this. We still need a lot of money for the fleet to come. So I have to think about how I can squeeze in more nanofactories here now. And where. But I'm not sure as of yet. Because I still want to construct ships non-stop now. But yeah. A lot of questions, a lot of things to do. And we are going to go pretty straight into the unifications now. Which means the... what do I want to say? This means I'm going to see a lot of buffs to science as well from the unifications, and of course a lot of changes in the control points here, because we are going to unify a lot, and then we can already consider where to go afterwards. We could, for example, go into China here if we want to. We could go into India, something that we like. I somewhat prefer India here though. Not sure. Is Taiwan still? We could do the Taiwan-China trick if we want to. A lot of options that we can still do here. And yeah, it's still a lot of options we have here. I'm not sold on any of those yet. So there's a lot of stuff we can do. And I think that's the most important fact though. And let's check the alien fleets ones, because it has been relatively calm. So in the next episode we are going to see at least one destroyer. Okay, that's a new agent flying towards Earth. But that's it. Oh, there's a battle cruiser coming again, but that's in a year. They have been making more ships there, but it's not that much. So we have to continue breaking into fusion now to get a first and decent fusion drive unlocked. For which we, for example, have to get into magnetic nozzles here. So we still have to do the magnetic plasma confinement, but we have been starting to work on high temperature superconductors to get to the magnetic nozzles. And after the magnetic nozzles, the fusion drives are unlocked. Theoretically at least. And we do just need a lot more research. And I'm not sure how to get it currently, because we are more or less maxed out on our stations that we have here. So we have to do it on Earth, and I have to somehow find a way to get as more science here. Which means I have to break into one of the major nations here. Maybe the best would therefore be India, because it's relatively broken currently. And therefore an easy pickup compared to China, which is in the initiative hand. And that fully, and of course weakening servants can't hurt. By the way, we are trying to find a servant agent, because we currently already broke the protectorate. They are down to one agent here. They are slowly recovering, but they lost about 200 control points because they had to abandon it. I went after the agent and took out the other 4 they had. And they didn't have the influence to buy new ones. And I did more or less the same to the initiative here, which has China, but they are overcapped like crazy. So maybe this would also work. Maybe we can break China instead. But we don't have the control points yet. We have to get started on the unifications, and then all of that would get solved. Oh, we can federate now. Great. So I'm going to federate Mexico and the US now, so that we can get towards the goals we want to have here. Also, ooh, there is a servant.
Things are cooling off.
The people will come to our side. Things are stabilizing.
We do need, however... no, that was the wrong button. I don't want that. Our ships are finishing. That's bad and good.
Complete.
Demand claim? No. Declare war. We go after... how's that called? Guyana. There we go. And then the armies move into Guyana and annex it into Brazil. And from that we get a bit of cohesion. Now we have gone past 5 from the Allies war bonus, but that's fine. A bit above 5 is okay. will go down again. Ooh, what's that? The battleship is coming back. It's also 472 days, so that's a very, very far away. And let's finish the mission phase and talk about what we can do. Yeah, that's something we might want to do then if we go into India. This one we don't want. Yeah, same for China if we go into China. Who knows right now? At least I don't know yet. Okay. The general gist of things looks good. So we have to use... What can we do now? We can federate Mexico. In this case, we should do this.
Heading to the capital.
And I think there are no further annexations we can do. No. I don't want to break the truce with Exodus here just to get the Bahamas or Costa Rica. Eventually we have to, but it's not worth doing as of now. So we can wait. So we are unifying slowly, step by step, but we are not going to touch Exodus as long as we don't have to. And with that, I'm going to make a cut here. See you in the next episode where we are going to build Super America pretty quickly now. I'm contemplating if I maybe want to push harder into the United North America project here. And I think I do. So this is going to finish in June, therefore. It's very quickly. And then we can get started on the Federation with Canada immediately. And can get going on the other America project, which would allow us to integrate all of the Caribbean here and Mexico, which we are preparing. So that would be awesome. So leave a like and subscribe and see you in the next one.